When can I retire with the lifestyle I want? Financial freedom. It's what we really want. You need a retirement plan to get there. It will not happen on its own. Creating your retirement plan is fun. It makes you wealthier. It's not about the money. It's about your life. Okay, in the talk today, what you'll learn is what types of financial questions do people most ask? Is it worth the effort to create your retirement plan? What insights from experience have I learned about financial freedom? Can your house be a retirement plan? What's the good news and bad news about retirement planning? How does your retirement plan make you wealthier? What are the steps to creating a retirement plan? How can you think through the retirement lifestyle that you want? How does interactive retirement planning help you make your plan personal? And how should you invest effectively to become financially free? All right. Now, the most common questions that I am asked are about retirement and financial freedom. For example, Jonathan, age 29, he asked, I want to retire very young and very comfortably. How can I achieve that? Emma, age 34, asked me, what do I have to do to be free and live without thinking about money? Christy, age 43, asked, how can I stop worrying about whether my future and my kids' futures will be okay? Brian, age 56, asked, we want to retire soon, but don't have enough yet. What should we do? Jennifer, age 61, asked, will we have to work until we are 75? And Nick, age 63, asked, we are about to retire. How can we maximize our retirement income and pay less tax? So how about how you set up a retirement plan or income? Now, I've been planning, I've literally done thousands of plans between my team and I, comprehensive financial plans, and the 8 insights from experience helping thousands of people become financial free. Here's the 8 main ones. First of all, becoming financially free is worth it. There is a self-confidence people get when I tell them you are financially independent, you made it, you can live the way you want without having to work. It's just quite amazing. Sometimes you still work, but life just feels different. Number 2, sorry, but your house is not your retirement. Over 90% of people I've worked with want to stay in their home or something close to that same value after they retire. You need a much larger nest egg than you think. This is the good news of retirement planning, or the bad news. Investments of $1 million can give you a reliable income. I have a separate post that explains that, of $35,000 to $40,000 before tax, which is not a lot. So if you're saving to retire in 25 years, inflation will double the cost of living. That means $1 million investments in 25 years can give you only about $20,000 per year in today's dollars, which is not a lot. Now, the good news of financial planning is it's easier to get there than you think. The magic of compounding can give you a huge nest egg over time. Investing $1,000 per month at 8% gives you $1.4 million in 30 years. If that $1,000 per month goes into your RSP, it may only cost you $600 per month after your refund. Number 5, you need a retirement plan. I got a post of specifically how to do that. Building the nest egg you need does not happen on its own. When I first sit down with people and help them define how they want to retire, what they are doing typically would give them only about 20 or 30% of the investments that they need. So without a plan, most people are just way off. So now you probably need stock market investments to reach your goal. They are the asset class with the highest long-term return. Get educated on equity investing. From experience, it's almost impossible to retire with the same lifestyle without investing mainly or entirely in equities. Again, I have a post about this linked in this post. Your retirement plan means you can stop worrying and start living. It's life-changing when you have the confidence to know your future will be everything you want. Number 8, creating a retirement plan makes you richer. It is the GPS for your life. When you have a retirement plan, you do things differently. You think long-term, your decisions are more effective, therefore you have more money. So now throughout this post, I've had more than 20 links in the actual post to other posts that have detail on a lot of these topics. I'll point quite a few of them out as I go through the post. Now, I have a study on this post about, basically took 4 groups of people. This was done in 2008. It's over 15 years. And it compared people who were do-it-yourselfers without a plan, people that were do-it-yourselfers and created their own kind of retirement plan, people who worked with an advisor, but didn't have a financial plan, and those that worked with a financial advisor and did have a financial plan. And what they found is over the 15 years, the people with planners actually had more. So the people with no plan, do-it-yourselfers, had the least. The ones that were do-it-yourselfers but had created their own retirement plan, on average, had about twice as much money as the ones who didn't have a plan. The ones who worked with an advisor without a plan had about 3 times as much as the ones who did it on your own. And the ones who worked with a comprehensive planner and also had a retirement plan they were working for had about 4 times as much money. So it actually shows what happens is when you have a plan, a planner can help you stay focused and do all the right things and go to the right way. It's not just about getting lower fees. It's about how you actually do and how much you put away and what you prioritize. But having plan and a planner that you're working towards your retirement goal keeps you in focus and makes it more priority for your life. And you just find that most people who do it are actually ahead. So now, achieving financial freedom. Creating a retirement plan is fun. It really is. So really, it's all about you and what you want from life. It's not about your money. It's about your life. So now there are 4 main steps to creating a retirement plan. So let's just go through this process for a minute. So the first thing is just define the lifestyle you want. So start with a list of how you spend your money now. Now adjust each expense for your desired retirement lifestyle after you retire. Okay, and then calculate the before tax income that you would need to clear that amount after tax. That's step 1. Step 2 is work out your magic number, what it's called. So that's the number that you need, the total investments you need to retire on. So first, adjust your desired income by inflation for the years until you retire. Number 2, subtract the amounts you expect to get from work and government pensions to get the amount your investments need to provide for you. And then number 3, multiply that by somewhere between 25 or 28 to get your magic number. Now, the amount of investments you need for the retirement you want, multiply by 25% if you're an equity investor, 28 if you are a balanced investor, or 40 if you are a GIC or bond investor. Now, step 3, decide how much to invest. So calculate how much you need to invest per year. Use a reasonable rate of return based on how you plan to invest. Okay, and it should be a somewhat conservative return. So you could do the math on how much you'd have to put away at that rate of return to get to your magic number. Number 2, decide whether investing that amount is doable for you. Take into account your tax refunds using an optimal mix of RSP and TFSA for your incomes. Again, I have a link to a post about how to figure out the optimal mix of RSP and TFSA. Step 4, create a doable plan to get there. So your first draft probably will not work. So then you have 4 options. 1 is reduce or increase your retirement lifestyle so it works. Number 2, you can work longer or shorter. Number 3, invest more now or less now to get there. And number 4, you could also consider a more aggressive strategy. So this could include strategies of borrowing to invest, such as the Smith maneuver or life cycle investing. I've got links again to that on my blog. These only make sense if you are growth oriented with a long-term time horizon, comfortable with the risks, and would stay invested right through any of the market crashes. Now, keep revising your plan until you decide on the best retirement plan for you. It should be both doable and give you the retirement that you want. So looking at multiple possible lives for your future together with what you would have to do to get there is called interactive financial planning. Okay, so you're looking at the different versions of your life plus how to get there and see which version actually makes the most sense both now and later for you. Your plan gives direction to your entire life. It's the GPS for your life. If you're not confident that your plan is optimal for you, work with a planning-focused financial planner to create your retirement plan. I got a link to how you could do that through our team. Your fee-for-service financial planner should be able to create it together with you in one meeting. Comparing options for your life empowers you. So, now, for example, you may have life choices to make your plan work. And that's what you find with this interactive planning is it's actually a life decision you're making, not so much a financial decision. So for example, you could have 3 options: retire with $1,000 per month less to spend, or for the rest of your life, or work 2 more years, or find $400 per month more to invest now for the all the way through till you retire. So which one of those is better for you? And it's your choice. These are life choices. Now, what is your desired lifestyle? So now, first of all, picture yourself being retired and free to do what you want. So you're not working, you got lots of time. Assume for the moment that you have all the time and money you want. Dream with your spouse. What is the life you want to live? So now, using a rule of thumb such as you'll need 70% of your income when you retire is not good enough. The lifestyle you want is very personal. I've done plans for people that want to retire with 230% of their current income and at 45% of their income today. Now, I used rule of thumb when I was a new financial planner 25 years ago, but I found most people did not really believe they needed that much and were not committed to achieving their plan. So your plan should be personal to exactly the lifestyle you want so that you can be committed to living that future life. Make your desired lifestyle your own. How do you want to spend your time when you do not work? So consider, where will you live? Will you live in the current home or something of similar value? Will you be debt-free when you retire? What traveling do you want to do? So are you snowbirds, living somewhere else a few months each year? How many trips per year will you want to do? How long and how much money will they cost? What car or cars will you buy and how often? How much do you want your for entertainment and spending money? What entertainment and activities do you enjoy? Is there a legacy you want to leave, such as your kids or a charity, important to you? So think through all those to help think through your desired retirement lifestyle. Now, minimizing tax, RSP versus TFSA, and maximizing pension. So your plan can be much easier to achieve if you optimize your tax and your pensions. So optimizing your RSP and TFSA, again, I have a link to a post on that on my blog, can make a huge difference for you by minimizing tax over your lifetime. There is an optimal mix for you. Now, it depends on your tax bracket today compared to your tax bracket after you retire. Now, when you have a retirement plan, you can see the exact answer because you'll know your marginal tax brackets for both time periods. So, now, when you know your retirement income, you can figure out your optimal mix. A big factor often is the clawbacks on government pensions, such as GIS clawback or on seniors or low taxable income, and the OS clawback for seniors with higher income. Your taxable income can be completely different from your cash income, especially if you plan to have a large portion of your investments in TFSA or non-registered investments. So for example, it's possible to have a huge cash income but low taxable income in order to qualify for more government pensions. So now, optimizing the two government pensions, CVP and OS, again, I have blog posts about this, several linked on my blog from this post. Both pensions will pay you more if you delay receiving them. Optimizing them depends on a few factors. How long you expect to live is one factor, but the most important is how you invest. Equity investors should take the pensions sooner, while balanced and conservative investors should delay pensions. Now, effective investing affects every part of your retirement plan, including the long-term rate of return, decisions about government pensions, and how much you can reliably withdraw from your investments. You will probably find it difficult or impossible to achieve your goal with a balanced portfolio averaging 5% per year. An equity portfolio averaging 8% per year long-term can make your goal achievable. You need to invest within your risk level because bear markets and market crashes will happen during your lifetime. You only get the long-term return of equities if you stay invested. So now you get a feeling of security, self-confidence, and freedom from knowing you are on track for the future that you want. So now my experience is that many people are conservative investors because they do not really understand stock markets. It's not because they really cannot tolerate the risk. So stock markets are quite predictable short-term and medium-term, but have reliably provided strong returns long-term. For example, the worst 25-year return of the S&P 500 in the last 80 years, which is the modern stock market, has been 8% per year. So get educated on stock market history, and you may find you are comfortable with a more growth-oriented portfolio. Bottom line, financial freedom, it is what we really want. You need a retirement plan to get there. It will not happen on its own. Creating a retirement plan is fun and it makes you wealthier. It's not about your money, it's about your life. That's my talk today. Thanks for listening. So again, what we learned is What types of financial questions do people most ask about? Is it worth the effort to create your retirement plan? What insights from experience have I learned about financial planning? Can your house be your retirement plan? What is the good news and bad news about retirement planning? How does your retirement plan make you wealthier? What are the steps to creating a retirement plan? Can you, how can you think through your retirement lifestyle that you will want? How does interactive retirement planning help you make your plan personal? And how should you invest effectively to become financially free? So, okay, thanks for listening. My name is Ed Rempel. My blog is Unconventional Wisdom. It's the #1 blog in Canada for a full-service financial planner. If you're interested in potentially talking to us about creating your retirement plan or your financial plan, there's a link on my blog. We offer a free 30-minute consultation. It's no pressure. We just talked about to see what you're trying to create and whether we're a fit to work together. I have a blog and a podcast, and if you subscribe to any of them, what happens is you just get on my list and you'll get an email once a week with my new posts. The blog is edrempel.com just edrempel.com. The podcast is edrempel.com/listen, and YouTube is edrempel.com/watch. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.